Hey, welcome to episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. First beer out of my huge 𝗂𝗏𝗏 crate. You can see the fridge is stocked. So this is a brewer I've had many times, but we can't get in Florida, so I'm just getting on 𝗂𝗏𝗏. This one is from Firestone Walker. This is the 2022 Imperial Walker's Reserve. Imperial smoked porter aged in bourbon barrels, 11.5 ABV. I like how they have the OG, IBUs, cases, all that. Doesn't say anything about the actual beer, but that's okay. So I poured it into the fancy schmancy glass. And I was expecting that to be like a just black inky thing, and it's actually more of like a brown. I mean, it looks black in the glass. Obviously it is. It gets a little bit of foam. Give this thing a swirl. Yeah, so I mean, it's actually kind of impressive that there's a head at all, considering how strong it is, and that it's probably about a 2-year-old bottle, maybe older. Okay, oddly enough, well, okay, so I'm definitely getting the smoke on this, but like actually what I'm getting more is like a lovely fruity character. Kind of reminds me of that Combs Russian Imperial Stout. It's almost like black currants, almost like blueberry, but yeah, it has like that kind of chocolate syrup smell you tend to get in a lot of bourbon barrel Imperial Stouts. But again, this is a smoked porter, not an Imperial Stout, for what that's worth. This whatever smoke is in there is like really faint, which is a little disappointing. But it has that lovely vanilla, like I said, kind of like it's like vanilla, kind of fruity. Yeah, I mean, it has that classic bourbon barrel aroma to it, so it's just not as super intense as I was hoping or expecting, so maybe it's a little bit better in the taste. Let's find out. Cheers. Okay. For a 2-year-old bottle, that smoke still comes through. Although, actually, I'm trying to think. Have I ever had a smoked beer that like wasn't smoky at all? Yeah, so I will say like the smokiness on this one is not, punch you in the face intensity, but it's definitely there. I would probably call the smoke on this, it's not subtle, but it's just not super prominent either. It's kind of like right there in the middle. I would have like this. I wonder how intense that smoke was when this is fresh off the bottling line. But like I said on the aroma, to me it's very fruity. Black currants. Like I said, almost like a little bit of blueberry. Maybe just this blue microphone cover is incepting blueberry into my head. But like imagine like those fruity flavors, but if you took all the sugar out, or most of the sugar, I should say, the sweetness here is coming from like the bourbon character. So it does have like that slightly kind of vanilla thing going. Yeah, it's a little vanilla, a little smoky. And it's funny, actually, the more I drink, the less the smoke becomes. Like the smoke seems to like diminish a little on each sip. It's a law of diminishing returns. It's very strange. Yeah, it's not especially sweet. It just has like that flavor of like dark beer, Even though it smelled, pretty chocolately. Like the chocolate here it's mostly actually kind of like in the aftertaste, which I think probably the smoke kind of enhances that. So it's probably whatever roasty malt was in there. Plus you have the smoke. I would not call it coffee-like, and it's not fudgy either. Don't get into this thinking you're getting like a smoked bourbon county. It's not the same. I will say what's nice is that this is 11.5 ABV. It has aged really, really well because like that alcohol is super smooth. It's like a I don't know, something that's really smooth. What's nice, after I topped it off, like all those fruity flavors came out again. It's a really interesting combination because like the fruitiness and then the smoke in the background. I would say the smoke is in the background like the entire time. It's never really foreground. Maybe when this was fresh, it was in the front, or maybe they just didn't use enough smoked character. So like I said, to recap, the body is, I probably put about medium full. Carbonation is probably about moderately low. Maybe even just straight up low. It's very smooth, I will say. I get like no alcohol heat on this at all, which is amazing. Which sometimes you want the alcohol heat because like, it helps you slow down. But when like there's no alcohol warmth or anything, you just slug it all down. Yeah, this is not a sipper, but it's not a sipper, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I mean, I like this one. I don't love it. By the way, I got this beer on Tavour. It was only $10, which I think is a pretty good deal. I think that's cheaper than if I had bought it in the store, what it would have been. Nice 500 ml bottle, just like Bourbon County. So if you want to sign up with Tavour, use my link. They get you $10 off your first purchase. By the way, thanks to the person who used my referral code recently, because I basically bought this beer I got this beer with their credit, because you get $10 and I get $10 for the 2022 Imperial Walker's Reserve. This should have been like a Star Wars theme, the Imperial Walker. Yeah, I like it. I don't love it. So in one aspect, it's a little disappointing because I went into this thing, it was gonna be like a 10, and this is like a 8. Yeah, 8. It's definitely at least an 8. I maybe even go 8.5 on this, but it is not. It's not even like a 9 for me. It's like the smoke is a little too diminished. Body's a little thin, but otherwise, really solid beer. I wish more breweries would do smoked beers, but it seemed like they're so rare. So anyway, I'm rambling. If you watch all the way in, you're awesome. Thanks for watching. I'll see you for Whiskey Wednesday. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it. Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's beer review. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.